Heyo.
So Tiny Tim was drowning yesterday.
No,
I'm gonna have a
no,
stroke.
no.
I'm
No,
gonna
please.
have a literal stroke.
I almost did.
I'm gonna
Oh my
poop.
god.
The energy is high
On
tonight.
stream?
Oh,
Try to have the
God.
music going. Hey everyone. It's Sharn Nights. It's Monday. I'm streaming from OBS for the first time ever, and so pardon me while I tinker away every now and again.
Wait, what do you normally stream with?
Streamlabs OBS.
Ah,
But it has been crashing recently, and I have been very annoyed.
understand.
So I finally moved to bigger and better things.
Yes.
Oh my
OBS
god,
works
is
pretty
that the new
I love
emote?
OBS.
Is what's a new who?
That's not a new emote.
Oh, am I just
Where
that
have you
behind on
been,
emotes?
Travis?
Oof.
Well, Ian,
you even
if
watch
you
the
were
stream,
here for
Travis?
my streams more often, I would probably mod you. This is outrageous.
Oh,
It's
mod him.
unfair. I could VIP you if you want, Ian. You might already be VIP'd, honestly.
Damn, it must suck to not be a mod.
Oh, wow.
Oh god, this is
Yeah, shut up, Jacob.
this is already off to just a tragic start. Okay, it looks
Oh.
like everything's going fine, so I'm gonna put that
Absolutely.
away. Can I move this to a different? I can. Haha!
Oh, hello, Meat Mort, fellow mod.
Oh,
Awesome.
this
Hi,
man
everyone.
really just a fellow mod.
Fellow mod gamers.
Yeah, he's gonna
Hello,
rub it in
Mom.
every chance he gets.
Yeah, dude.
Sweet.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Biggest
Anus.
cloth chaser I've ever met.
Ah.
Haha,
in my entire
rectum. Baba Booey, Steven.
Damn, Xavier. Ouch. Owie.
Are our characters already rivals? Are we rivals like right now?
Are we enemies? Are we bitter enemies till the end? I doubt that. I highly doubt it.
The last time before a session, Xavier decided that his character was gonna be rivals with somebody. It nearly came to blows.
It was pretty awesome, actually. I loved it.
It was so good.
But yeah, hi everyone. Man, we were right. We can't just talk. Oh, I do need to give Mr. Lemon some privileges.
What?
What kind of privileges, huh?
Sound alerts. Oh my.
No.
Welcome to the club, Steven.
Alright,
Fuck
well.
you.
Yo, what's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy? Oh
Hey,
man,
man.
we have so many people watching for this shit show that's about to unfold. All right, see you, Ian. I don't know if I could
We're
VIP
just gonna start
someone
banning
here.
people.
Let me see. I have to go roles manager. Okay, add new. Flat.
Rachel, we can't ban him.
Oh my God.
He's the streamer. He's the talent. Talent, true.
Can I be a VIP?
Am I a VIP?
We're all VIPs.
What's up?
I mean, not all of them.
We're VIPs. I did not
Vips.
say that. I'm never gonna say it again. Yeah,
There we go.
Too late.
Just
You
one of
got
those
it recording.
things like it just like came out before my brain actually said, "Don't say that. That's dumb." And then I said it, and now I'm at like, okay, you know, maybe I should just we're gonna turn the filter back on and just
get
not say
zippy.
things
Austin,
that I'd be
Tried
embarrassed
something,
about.
and I respect that.
You know, I'm glad you respected it because I didn't. So
Respect the
You-
me who respects you.
Are you okay,
Fair
Logan?
kick
I-
the DM
I-
off
this
stream.
is-
take the
I
stream
think-
back from the man.
I think the lighter tone that this is going to take for the next few sessions is get that shit out of here. Is going to be perfect because we're already really punchy and not focused at all. Seize the means of storytelling.
Means of storytelling.
That was good, Austin. That was a good one. Okay, no, back out of here.
It worked.
I'm telling you, Logan asked us to vamp one time 6 sessions ago, and we have just not stopped.
I know.
Never
That's how you
stopped.
know. That's how you know he can ask us to do
Stop.
whatever he wants.
What's
Because we've
incredible
done it for
right
6
now is we
sessions.
have 16 viewers.
I know.
And they're
I-
just
Hey,
watching us
what's
shoot
up?
the shit.
And I don't think you guys noticed, but after like 6 sessions ago, every session since, I just put a cardboard cutout in my seat. Like,
You can't expose that Rachel has a cardboard cutout of you on stream. That's so rude.
it's so Lyra doesn't get lonely.
Oh, you rotated your bookcase. Look at that.
I didn't actually. I rotated my webcam.
Oh.
Yeah, because the way I always end up having my setup is I always end up looking at this monitor more. It's where I have the video typically, and so now I just put the webcam here so I can look more head on most of the times. Yeah, Rachel has a Logan wig and like facial hair, makeup stuff. You're wearing a Logan suit.
Oh yeah, you're getting the mutton chops coming along pretty well, Logan.
I know. I've been keeping it trimmed up. I'm still trying to get this clean so that this gets thicker. But yeah, it's coming in. It's going on.
Nice.
Get the
And that
mustache.
soul patch is coming.
Yeah,
The mud chops.
little flavor saver.
You're reminding me of a character I've seen
Oh.
somewhere, and I'm not putting my finger on it just yet. But it's there. It's like
It's modeled after the Watson model in the Sherlock Holmes Devil's Daughter game. The kitty tickler. Yeah, that's what my friend Ian called it. The kitty tickler.
Ugh. Don't like that.
I was gonna
God.
say, it gave me RDR2
Thank you.
vibes.
Thank you so much.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah.
If you want to dig your own grave, go ahead.
Yummy. All right, let's start. You know.
What? Okay.
Incredible.
You don't get to say that. Logan.
Who are you?
Jacob's always like, it's been 5 minutes. Get back on the road.
Somebody's gonna try to steer this chaos train.
Admiral's out. Thank you. I'll take this compliment.
Half the time you instigate it. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but if I instigate it, that means I can go. No, it's time to stop.
Oh, look at Jacob thinking he can control the chaos.
Oh, I need.
No, I can't.
I need to turn on the something happens stuff before we start. Always forget to do that.
Carson, that glass is so tiny.
I know.
Speaking of tiny, have you heard about what happened to Tiny Tim in the 2019
Shut up.
version of
Don't
Christmas
even
Carol?
start this shit again.
No!
Never. No. No.
His illness. He died by drowning. It was so many of the
Carson.
Where did you even find this thing? Were you just like on
Don't-
pay-per-view?
Pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime.
That's even worse, honestly.
Of course, Amazon's showing that movie.
Yeah.
Totally not
you,
the
Jeff
owners
Bezos.
of totally not the owners of Twitch.
Oh
Okay,
god.
Sorry, Jeff Bezos, I didn't mean it.
By the way, with your Amazon, you can, if you have Prime, you can subscribe to this channel.
Whoa! Chaos Limits Redeem, something happens. What if the something happens as we start playing D&D?
That'd be too crazy. How about we not instead?
Rachel, I'm
I
already
don't have water to
hydrated.
hydrate with, but I do have what's left of this Dr. Pepper.
So yes, get drinks, get snacks. Make sure you're all filled up because we will be starting right in 10 seconds.
10 seconds? You really expecting too much.
That's all the free vamp time that we can. That's free real
Before,
estate.
before we start, if you want to ask a question for Sharn Nights After Dark, our little podcast thing, use the function in the ting thing.
Highlight message? Question mark?
Yeah, like I'm doing right
There's
now.
an ask a question thing specific.
Oh, ask a question. Oh, there's an. Ooh, nifty.
So, without further ado, we're starting a new story. It's still Sharn Nights, it's still investigation, same premise, but some new characters. We're going to take a nice lighthearted break from all the normal stuff, get a chance to flex our muscles with the Eberron world, explore the city some more, and also just have a little bit more fun. Everybody check your posture, get hydrated.
No, you.
As Austin's like barely in frame.
Yeah, like
Does
literally
Bruno
leaning
Mars
at like a
is
45.
gay?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Oh my god.
Great use of your tings.
Bro, I got tings to spare, brother.
brother. I got things to spare, brother.
Oh my
That's a
god.
throwback meme for all you memers out there.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm
I'm gonna shit.
gonna shit.
On stream?
Okay, so what's happening, Logan? I'm sorry.
I've already forgotten. Let me...
You gave us 10 seconds. I told you that was too much. I said it's too much time.
That's true. You already lost one person viewing.
Beautiful.
So, we're gonna sort of skip ahead, skipping character introductions, because that'll come sort of in a minute. So we're gonna kind of do some exposition, getting into it and setting the scene. So, we're in Sharn, the City of Towers, and you all, in one way or another, have been hired or have been contacted about joining a new up-and-coming investigative agency in Sharn, the City of Towers. Due to sheer curiosity, being down on your luck, needing the money, whatever it is that brought you here, you have decided to take up the call and see what this investigative agency is all about. So you are all taken to Lower Memphis Plateau. You were given an address and a meeting time. It's supposedly going to be a sort of brunch meeting with the head of the agency. And you're going to sort of do meet and greet, meet some other potential investigators, and sort of go through an interview process, as it were. So, I'm gonna have to hide the chat. I can't do this. You guys have to yell at me if there's something happens or anything. 'Cause I can't do it. I can't keep it up. So, are we ready? Are we good?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Are we good? I didn't get a definitive yes, so I'm just gonna. I'll wait for the
I was
giggles.
just laughing at my own comment.
I was laughing at that too. But anyway, we're good.
I can't get anywhere. I'll turn this car around.
Fucking do it.
I'll just let me put it on the taking a break screen.
I'm sorry.
Then it's a wrap.
We don't need to take a break. We can just continue forth.
All right,
It's
everybody.
fine. Oh my god.
I'm
Good.
ready.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back.
I was about to say you can see Rachel get up and leave, but you can't. But Rachel got up and left. 'Cause she's
Mod's
crying.
gone. Let's start. Mod's
I'm
gone.
ready
Let's
for
start.
this run. Let's go.
Ready for brunch. So,
Yeah.
30 minutes later.
fuck. You all make your way from your respective homes or day jobs or wherever you would be that morning to go for this brunch meet and greet with the manager of the agency. The manager's name is Hobart Weston. However, our primary investigators would know it as Rickon Greycastle III. But to keep his identity on the down low, he has decided to take on an alias while sort of doing these sort of recruitments and things. So you all find your way to an apartment in Lower Memphis Plateau. It is a penthouse suite that's connected all the neighboring apartments, knocked down the walls, and it's just one large apartment. So you all make your way one by one to the apartment. It is lavishly done. You emerge into a sitting room where you already see some people chatting, getting to know each other, already helping themselves to some mimosas and some pastries and coffee. Others have already grabbed a seat in the dining room. I could not handle that boomer face that Travis just made. When he was just
Alan, do it! Alan, do it! Go!
What?
I
You all make yourselves at home inside, grabbing your own helpings of whatever kind of pastries, morning drinks, and coffee, and tea, and whatever else, until eventually you are taken into the dining room. And you see, as you're walking around, that the place has been magically adjusted to cater to the experience. Unseen servants walk around giving refills and delivering snacks. Magic mouths announce where things are as you come in. Magical lights help illuminate some of the darker spaces. Some music wafts out of nowhere all throughout the apartment. And eventually you all are brushed away over to the dining table that is laid out with plates of bacon and scrambled eggs and fruit salads and coffee and mimosas and pancakes and waffles. You get both French toast, except it's not French, it's actually Brioche toast. Plenty of food for the occasion that is constantly being refilled over the course of the meal. Total, there's over 20 people sitting here at this table. And you realize that this table's been magically adjusted to accommodate the amount of people. And you started noticing as people were showing up and sitting down, the table started to extend and extend and extend, and unseen servants dropped more food down to fill it in. So you all grab seats, you all grab your plates of food and dig in. You make small talk with the people around you, and you see the man of the hour, Hobart Weston, old silver-haired man with a sharp chiseled beard, vaguely human. It's kind of hard to tell. Slightly tan skin, wearing essentially a newsy type cap, a nice suit, and walking around with a cane. He starts to make his announcements and says, well, thank you all for being here. I know, it's kind of a cut into your normal routines. God damn it, Travis! Fuck!
The best part is Travis is like...
POV, you're a little man, and Travis is picking you up.
Like I said, the new season of Attack on Titan looks great.
Fuck! We all must have had I think we all had a rough week, or like we're really tired.
I'm having a great
Bro,
day.
I had
We
the
need
worst day
this.
imaginable yesterday. I had a real bad week.
We need this. So, he continues going through, talking about, you know, you can help yourself, just, you can request anything from one of the wandering servants. And he says, and in about 10 minutes or so, we'll be wrapping up to the next portion of the morning. And so you kind of grab your final bites, final refills, and he snaps and says something in Elvish to the unseen servants. Essentially says, all right, they're ready. And all the unseen servants place a crystal glass, only maybe 3 inches deep, and it's filled effectively with mimosa. And places one down for each person. And Mr. Weston, he holds up his glass to cheers and beckons for you all to lift your own glasses. And he says, to the safety and security of Sharn and for a better future. Cheers. And you all down your mimosas. And when you finish your mimosa, you see that there is a number magically inscribed at the bottom of your glass. And the moment you all finish your drink, you kind of look at the bottom of your glass, you see that Mr. Weston gets a big grin on his face. And he says, you will see something very interesting at the bottom of your glass. You have each been assigned a number. Each of these numbers will recede to an area elsewhere in the house. So, number 1s will stay here in the dining room, number 2s will go over into the study, number 3s will retreat back to the sitting room, and number 4s will go out onto the balcony. What you'll be doing is you'll meet with your groups, and you'll participate in a little getting to know you game. I think the kids are calling it an icebreaker. I'm not familiar with the sort, but I've heard they're loads of fun. And all 20 plus people sitting at this table, like,
It's like the student union all over again.
Oh God.
he says,
Are you ready?
He's.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids? He
Go
says,
ahead and say your name and a food that starts with the same letter as your first name.
Give us a silly fact about yourself.
We're gonna do two truths and a lie. How will we do
Bing,
that?
bing, bing! Travis got it. You all.
Fuck.
No.
Fuck. So.
No.
I hate icebreakers. God damn it.
Me too.
I was an RA. I loved them.
Of course you do.
I
always
yeah,
do
you're
the
the worst.
So you all have the pleasure of getting the number 2. So you all kind of look at your glasses, and whenever everyone breaks, you all find yourselves in the study, in the library, where the second group is supposed to meet. Now, first off, not introducing, we're just going to describe character. And I'm going to go across and down on my screen. So, Austin, if you want to give a physical description of your character.
First, damn it. Hang on, I have a picture for that because I'm bad at remembering things. So you've got like 5'10" human male. He has like almost like uncannily perfectly white hair. Like the side shaved with like just a like like 3 straight lines shaved into either side. He has like the top half is like pulled back into like a short ponytail with like a little bit that just like comes off the side like that. With a kind of like what looks to be some kind of like small birthmark on his left cheek. Wearing a white and gray coat and like baggy pants. And like the coat is like split open, and he's just not wearing a shirt underneath it. And he has what seems to be like a silver chain, and he's kind of like fiddling with a pocket watch. And he has a kind of like it looks like a little worn, but it still looks a little nice, like a rapier at his side. And he has these black, large, or like these darker, large, circular rimmed glasses that that like refracts the light in not like rainbow colors, but kind of like, you know, whenever you see it like refracts in like darker colors, like dark purple and blue and stuff, kind of like that. And yeah.
Jacob, if you want to give a physical description of your character.
Halfling male, so like 3 foot something. Just really bright orange, like ginger hair that's just a curly mess that's just kind of all over the place. A little bit of orange scruff on his face. His eyes are green, and he's wearing like circle like spectacles. Wearing kind of like a big like doctor like jacket with a lot of pockets and things in it, and underneath wearing like a comfortable looking like sweatshirt, kind of like what I'm wearing now, but I guess more fantasy. I didn't do this on purpose, I was just cold. And there's a patch sewn on to his jacket that says medic on it, and everyone would notice that he's wearing like worn kind of like dog tag appearing like necklace, and kind of like hands in pockets, looking very nervous.
Carson.
Okay, so before you see a gnome male. For the keen eye, you'd recognize him as a forest gnome. He stands about 3.5 feet tall. Looks to be, I don't know, in what would human equivalent be like mid-50s or so. He has kind of just a dad face. That makes sense. picture a dad. That's his face. He has his close cropped brown hair that's balding up top, and bright green eyes, a very bushy mustache that covers both his top and bottom lip as it spills over. He has a little bit of a beer gut. It's not too much, but he's wearing essentially New Balance sneakers, some high white socks, some freshly pressed khakis, with a polo tucked in. Has like essentially a Fantasy Jan Sport fanny pack buckled around his waist, and whatever the equivalent of a Mets cap tucked under one arm, and just generally a pleasant air to him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
Also,
when Alan has that kind of response, you know.
something was done. Travis, you are up.
Yeah, so you see a turtle with
Xavier. Xavier's like, fuck.
With green gray skin, kind of bumpy, and he's holding a staff, and he's completely covered in mushrooms from head to toe, growing on his body, in his shell. You see moss kind of like flowing over him, and once in a while you swear you could see one of the mushrooms moving across his shell, a couple of them, and yeah, he looks like he's maybe like, turtles actually don't live as long as you think they do, so he looks like he's in his 40s, which is pretty old up there for him. And yeah.
All right, Alan.
All right, so this guy,
This guy.
he's like kind of awkwardly sitting between two of y'all, and he came in, and it looked like he's just wearing a leather poncho, like a very large leather poncho that like covers like all the way down. And at first you thought he wasn't wearing anything else, but he's wearing leggings underneath. And as he's sitting down, he's kind of, it's a huge piece of garment, so he's like folded it onto himself kind of thing, and he's just kind of like bunched together, and it's just like crisscross and stuff. And he's a half elf, but he's got a lot of hair, like everywhere. This is a weird poncho. It's like sort of V-neck, so you see like a bit of like chest hair like wanting to sprawl out, as well as like the bushiest beard you've ever seen on a half elf. And it's huge curly hair. He looks like if he just took a break while like walking along a forest trail and sat next to a tree, that you would lose him because he would just look like foliage. And he's got this pipe that he like every now and again you hear him like doing a sucking sound through it. It's not actually lit, and there's not actually like any tobacco in it or anything. It's just an empty pipe. And yeah.
So it sounds like you and the turtle are gonna get along very well. We got a bush half elf and a mushroom turtle. Perfect. It's kismet. All right, Xavier, take us away. Save us.
You see nervously tinkering with a small contraption that looks just like him. A tiny, and I mean tiny, gnome man, small for even gnomes. He claims to be 3 feet tall, but he's really 2.5. Poor guy. He seems he has wild black hair with a white streak going through it. On the right side, he tends to wear a white lab coat and a black turtleneck underneath, with dark brown pants and black shoes, and he has these gloves over his hands to make sure that whatever he is tinkering with doesn't get on it. And you see that he's just muttering to himself while looking at the small mechanical version of himself. He's saying, "Today is the day, all right? We are going to do big things, me and you, all right?" And he's just muttering that to his mechanical self.
Alright, because I gotta know. I gotta know. I'm gonna roll a d6. Okay, Austin. If you want to give me just a quick, like, sentence or two narration of what's going through your character's mind when you see bush, half-elf, fungus turtle, talking to himself, inventor, dad, and army medic.
It's kind of like the gist of when you asked me to come work for this is not exactly the group of people I thought I would run across, but you know what? I've seen weirder and worse, so, okay. I can't be too judgmental, look at me.
So then you hear Mr. Weston's voice kind of boom out, probably some kind of arcane communication throughout the apartment. He says, "All right, now that you've gotten in your groups, you will go in a circle or square, whatever shape you want to be in, but you'll go in order, and you will introduce yourself, say your name, maybe a fun fact if you so wish, maybe where you're from, see if you have something in common, and you will be doing a game that is called..." And you can hear in the silence of the apartment him, like, shuffling papers elsewhere. Like, there it is. 2 truths and a lie. You you got it, Travis. Says you will tell 2 truthful facts about yourself and 1 false fact, and everyone else has to guess which one is the false fact. It's lots of fun, and you learn a lot about each other. You learn a lot. So, take your time. I'll check in we'll say 10-15 minutes or so. We'll move on to the second portion of the activities. So go ahead and begin at your leisure. Let's say the oldest person goes first. How about that? And then you are free to figure out who's oldest and go from there.
Is there a person who's visually oldest? Like immediately?
100%.
Probably the turtle just generally looks old.
He's got fungus growing on him, I imagine. Probably.
I look expectantly at Morel.
You see Morel eating just a mushroom, just chewing on it, and I'm supposed to do 2 truths and a lie. Is that what's supposed to happen? Well, I sell drugs. My shop got burnt down, and I am married to somebody.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe it's the one about your shop burning down.
That's actually true.
Oh,
My condolences. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say maybe the drugs thing.
Oh no, that absolutely looks true.
And don't get me wrong, medicinal. I'm all for it.
He takes off a bit of it. He just plucks a mushroom off of his back and he says, I've been growing this one for a little bit, and he snaps it a little bit, crumbles it in his hand, puts it right into your drink, and says, this whole meeting will feel much better.
Can I do a nature check on what kind of mushroom that is?
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
I'm gonna add a D4 to that.
Here's some peyote to put in your mimosa.
Whose drink did you put? Did you put it in mine?
Yours, yeah. You asked him.
Thank you kindly. Yeah, and I just kind of softly place it down.
17.
You could probably, you don't necessarily know its origin, and in fact, it doesn't really look like something that grows just like naturally, like in the sewer or an alley. Like it's something that's cultivated and grown, but is absolutely a psychedelic.
I just like am scratching my chin, like, interesting. He's growing narcotics on his body. I don't know if that's exactly legal, but that helps with the clinic. And I just like I'm like mumbling to myself like audibly.
And I'll say, are you gonna drink that? Because if not, I mean, it's gonna be real. It's very helpful.
It's like cereal. You don't want it to get soggy.
I'm afraid my college days are behind me at this point.
I'm gonna go ahead and guarantee you didn't do that in college. And
I may not look it, but I got into some trouble back in my college days.
I'm sure, sir. Yeah, I'm sure. If you want to pass it back, I will drink it.
I appreciate it, friend, but it is 9:30 in the morning, and that...
Oh, aren't you just the sweetest?
Sure. So which one was the lie?
I don't want to be rude, but I think it was the married one.
You don't.
Not that you're not a nice person. I'm sure that the mushrooms are very attractive to people.
My home and shop got burnt down. I don't know if you noticed.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's fine. The box is a great place. Anyway, who's next?
Did you just say the box?
Who's next?
Okay.
Yeah, and Morel, you can choose who goes next, or someone can volunteer.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long ago is this? Like a day after the stuff that happened with the other people?
That is actually.
Like how long
yes,
ago did
I meant
that
to.
happen?
I meant to say that. And I forgot to say it, but I was laughing. So Mr. Weston would say that he would have invited the founding members of the investigative team. However, they are responding to the tragic accident of Katarine Orion at the moment. So this is 2 days prior of the event, or a day and a half, whatever else. Little step back into time.
Can I try something?
What? I asked for one thing. I asked for icebreakers.
Oh my god! Someone clip that. Somebody.
that little interaction.
That was incredible. It's not like, yeah, what would you like to do? What? Oh my god.
Yes, Alan.
How you say it?
My sweet pea, Alan.
Holy
So,
fuck.
I have the 2 cantrips, Shape, Water, and Mold Earth.
Sure.
And the turtle guy,
Morel. Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
Morel, has moss on him. And I assume there may be some sort of dirt. Can I use Shape Water and Mold Earth as a combination to migrate one of the mushrooms closer to me, and then try and
Bro, we haven't even
Snatch
gotten
it.
introductions done yet.
Then
Well,
try it
I'll
out.
ask Travis this. Are the root networks of all these mushrooms and fungi and moss and stuff like embedded into your shell? Is your shell porous and soft and spongy?
Ugh.
That's
I hate
disgusting.
Oh, that's horrible.
You're
Oh,
a soft
God.
shell turtle.
Soft shell.
And no, it's just a whole mess of, you're not really sure. You can't actually see the shell at all. It's literally just like a whole colony of mushrooms.
So if he tried to mold Earth, would
Sure,
anything happen?
Yeah, he could take one. However, we don't know for sure what kind of mushroom it is.
That's fair.
I have poisonous mushrooms on my back as well.
I'm doing it.
Oh no.
All right, Travis, what does he get?
That's up to you, DM, I suppose.
Oh
So
shit,
you
that's
can-
fine. Somebody else go ahead and start. Morel, choose who goes next for the Two Truths and a Lie to introduce themselves.
Sure, and I'll say, how about you serve with the New Balances?
Oh,
God.
pretty nice, right?
I'm sure
I've heard those
they're-
have great lumbar support.
Oh, you don't even know. Before, feeling it every day, bent over at the desk. After, spry as an antelope.
If you want, I could take a look at your back later. I'm licensed.
I don't have health insurance anymore.
Oh, I don't charge people.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
You
very
know what?
good,
Give me your
actually.
card, and I would be happy to give you some business. I'm Bob. Bob Sprigbriar. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Bob Sprigbriar. Bob Sprigbriar.
How sturdy is Bob's handshake?
Oh, so sturdy,
So, a very firm handshake.
very firm. His tiny man hand is just impossibly firm. Like not in like an alpha male like try to fucking break your hand kind of way, but just in a like I respect you kind of way.
Calls everyone son. How you going? How you doing,
Yeah.
son?
After I shake hands with Bob, I go to my wrist and there's like a little stone mounted on my wrist, and I just wipe my hand on it, and it like cleans off my hands. Gotta stay sterile, doctor.
Fair enough. So two truths and a lie, is it? Oh gosh. Well, let me think. Okay, I got it. I have two beautiful children, Samantha and Zachary. What else?
Those are lovely
what else?
names.
Oh, well, thank you.
If that is their real
they're
names,
not.
as long as that's not the lie.
Two truths and a lie. I love my stories. I love mysteries, and he kind of pats at his fanny pack where you might see like kind of the shape of a book pressed against the fabric. And my wife did not leave me 6 months ago.
I feel like
At
that's
this point,
the
you all
lie.
glance over, and Mr. Weston's about to like, boogie over into the room to check on you guys, and hears that, and then just like slowly backs back out.
I'm
I'm not answering this one.
Oh, all of those are the truth. You're playing with us, right?
Oh, brother, I wish.
Ha ha ha.
Almost spit up.
The lie is your children's name.
Close, but no. They're real. They're beautiful. They're the light of my life. Any other guesses?
I don't want to say.
I'm gonna say that
I'm not
your
touching that tentacle.
wife didn't leave you a couple months ago.
Morel, was it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're saying that's the truth or the lie?
I'm saying that's a lie. I'm
All
saying, okay.
I am doubly.
But hey.
now.
Bobby's here. I'm staying upbeat. I'm getting back out there, I'm coming out here. I'm gonna solve a mystery. You know, and it's times have been a little hard. I had to get an apartment, and my toilet is next to my stove, but it you know, I'm here with all you beautiful people today, and I consider that a blessing.
I reach over and pat Bob, and I go, I also offer psychological counseling for free. Not saying you need it. I'm not saying I'm not being presumptuous. Just if you know anyone, I'm sure you know people that may need it.
Oh yeah, yeah, my friend Stan, he's a real nutcase. But okay, that was fun. All right, how about you with the luscious locks?
Who is that?
Alan.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Luscious locks.
All right. He unfolds himself a bit and stands up. I don't know if anybody else stood up to talk, but he stands up. And he says, "Hey,
Hello.
what was the prompt?"
Two truths, one lie. So it's a game, you see. We're supposed to get to know each other a little better. So you say two things that are true, and one that's not, and we try to pick out which one's not.
It doesn't have to be in the order that.
No, it seems to have gone in that order. And looking back, that may have been my mistake. But yeah, mix it up all you want, friend. You can do a lie and two truths. You can do a truth, a lie, a truth. Anything you want.
And were those shrooms poisonous or not?
Oh, no. In fact, they are like cooking mushrooms. So, I mean, they tasted fine. They'd be better if they were cooked.
Okay.
Otherwise, absolutely normal.
All right, I'm not affected.
That's a little snack.
All right, I have a degree in magics. And I can't read. And
As in, like, you physically can't,
and I
or
can't
is it like a
drown.
Huh?
What did you say your name was?
Roman, what's up? And I go for a high five.
He kind of just taps your hand.
Yeah.
Come here, bud.
Well,
I couldn't leave him hanging.
The lies that you can't drown?
No, that's a truth.
And I'm gonna say it's the one about degree in magic.
No, I technically have an associate's.
Okay.
So
So that means you can read. Great.
Yeah, I can read anything.
that's
Fantastic.
awesome.
Scared me for a second. Why can you not drown?
I don't know.
I did feel like we glossed over that part a little bit.
I mean, hey, that sounds pretty sweet.
Can I do like a medicine check to see if there's like a discernible reason why he can't drown?
Sure, go for it.
You know, if you can't drown, great. I hope we don't ever have to test whether or not you can drown, but you know.
That's
I hope we do test if you can drown. Possibly.
that's a 28.
I guess Alan, Roman, do you have any physical characteristics like gills or weird, like, I don't know, air pockets or weird looking skin, or is it a magical thing?
Fucking weird fish person.
He's back.
He just has a wig now.
He put on a poncho. That's why we didn't recognize him. Damn it.
It's one of my subclass abilities. I guess yeah. I got a hole somewhere.
Wow.
Cue me just like peering under the poncho and just seeing like a blowhole, and I'm like, ah.
So you have a single like blowhole, like a whale or a dolphin, or do you have gills?
Probably should be gills, huh?
Okay.
Would be like you're holding your breath.
I fucking
Man,
hate
these are your
you.
hole.
Yeah, I'll say. So with the poncho and all the hair
Maybe
and
a
stuff.
hole-sized gill.
What is? I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how.
Have you seen a fish before?
Have you literally seen any fish before?
No, serious question. How do you think fish breathe underwater, Alan? No one else say anything. Answer me, please.
They just kind of.
So we'll say.
I mean, a hole can do that, right?
It's kind of.
So we'll say that with the poncho and all the hair, you can't find any like visible reason why he'd be able to not drown. But you know that there's something hiding within all that hair and poncho. And then we can let Alan figure out.
Doctor by like kind of implying I can just raise my poncho higher if he wants a more thorough look.
Not in front of everybody. If you need an examination, we can go somewhere later. But I was just curious.
Okay. And I drop the front of my poncho and like dust kind of like spreads around a bit.
I rub my hands on the soda can.
Oh God.
I'm just wringing my hands, just like, haha, that's fucking gross.
So while everyone sits and watches uncomfortably, Roman.
I show no signs of discomfort. I'm just nodding along.
Yeah, whatever you
I've
say,
looked
son.
uncomfortable since the moment I walked in this room.
Roman, who is going next?
Have you gone? As I look at the doctor.
No, I have not.
You.
My name is Julian de Jarosco.
Oh, I'm Roman, by the way.
I'm
I sit down.
Bob Sprigbriar.
I am from one of the dragon marked families, the healing one.
Whoa, you too?
I don't know you.
No, I mean I'm Dragon Mike.
Oh,
I can
okay.
show you.
That's okay. Please put that away.
So here, so we can have like.
What did you say your name was again?
Julian.
You boys got a dragon mark? Boy, that's nifty.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess for my 2 truths and a lie.
These are as painful as real icebreakers.
Yeah.
Real icebreakers are amazing.
Shut the fuck up, Travis.
With your RA energy.
RA bastard.
That's going to be my next DM's Guild project, is releasing a subclass variant of every class that is like Oath of the Icebreaker or Icebreaker Rogue. College of Icebreakers.
My cunning action I used to make everyone uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just had a really cool idea, but we can talk about it later.
A bard feature, 2 truths and a lie. You learn 2 truths about a creature of your choice, but 1 lie.
That actually is not a
Decide what-
bad idea.
Don't tempt me,
everyone to clap
anyways.
along.
Julian.
I for my 2 truths and a lie. I own a clinic in Lower Tavix Landing. I have never seen anyone die. and I have a pet cat.
Not to seem insensitive, but I'm gonna say that you probably have seen people die in your profession.
Pet cat. Pet cat.
I have seen a lot of people die.
Pet cat.
Yeah,
Well, there
The
you go.
last
That's
war
right.
was horrible, but it's all right.
I agree.
That did just end.
Pet cat.
I have a pet cat.
Do you
What-
happen
what-
to have
what-
that pet cat?
what's their
with
name?
you?
Clementine, and no,
Did you
they're
say
they're
Does
at
the cat
home.
happen to be orange?
Yeah.
I don't know. How nice. Cats are nice.
Elaine took the dog.
I am sorry to hear that.
Oh, along with my wife, my cat also died.
Cure
You know,
wounds doesn't do anything for that.
Yeah, we can,
Um,
we can just stop talking about cats now. It's fine.
You say it, brother.
You, sir, with the little robot.
I'll have you know that he is adequate size for a robot. Thank you very much.
I didn't mean anything by it.
No,
I
but
just
you
meant that
did.
he's smaller. He's a little smaller than you.
Smaller than me.
That's an empirical fact.
I'll have you know. And you see, I activate hover boots as I hover up to you. I am as tall as I want to be. Thank you very much.
That's all right. I'm
My
not very
name-
tall either.
Don't put me in the same category of shortness as you. Thank you.
You are a little smaller.
Okay. I have a
I-
vial of acid I will use to burn your face off if you say one more thing.
I put a hand on Xavier, whatever your character's shoulder. I'm just like, don't worry, brother. It's the motion of the ocean.
Unhand me, elderly witch.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just
First of all, my name is Dr. Zero. And you will refer to me as such, Dr. Zero. I have a PhD. I worked really hard to earn this. Thank you.
I do as well. Congratulations. What is your doctorate in?
That is none of your business.
A question: can we just call you Doctor or Doc? Is that all right? Is that fine? Still like recognition and everything like that.
Can I?
See, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I insight check that?
Dr. Zero.
Can
Does
I?
this man actually have a PhD?
Yeah, I want to insight whether this guy has a PhD.
I do as well. Like real bad.
Like so
Yeah,
bad.
he's playing D.
Are we allowed to do that, Logan?
What's happening? Sorry.
Can we insight? Can we insight whether or not Dr. Zero actually has a doctorate?
You said
Sure. Go and make insight checks, and Dr. Zero, if you'll make a deception or persuasion check.
My lord.
I crit. I mean, no, opposite of crit. I failed. I crit fail.
I rolled an 18, so
I rolled an 18 on the die, so 26.
So Dr. Zero, what's the truth? What is it a lie?
No, it's not a lie. I have a doctorate.
What's that?
It's just. Let's just say it's not as impressive as it could be compared to some other people in my family.
Hey, you've got a doctor.
Well, that's all right. You still have the degree.
no, bitch.
That means a lot.
okay. So
sure you're very
I don't
intelligent.
Yet.
I don't think you can use that in the two truths and a lie now. I guess. So what?
That seems to have rendered it moot, I guess.
Okay, sure, fine. 2 truths and 1 lie. I will precisely create something that is. I'm not. Okay. Truth number 1. I am a brilliant, brilliant doctor. Truth number 2. I am an incredible genius Lie.
So you know you're not
number
supposed to
one
say
is that
which one's
I-
the truth and a lie.
I don't think he. You know, I'm just gonna.
Lie number one is that. I need a lie. I once created a robot dog that could fart rainbows. Which one? Yes, go ahead.
Lie.
You never
It was
know.
a cat.
You're wrong.
I don't like this game anymore.
I remember the RAs made us play it back in college. It wasn't fun then either.
Anyone else want to guess? You surely get it wrong. They're impossible.
Is it the robot farting rainbows?
I was also gonna go with that one.
That is the lie. Somehow they solved that one. You watch as I meticulously write down. Actually, no, I don't write down. I just shout at the small miniature robot version of me, and I say, Dr. Zero Jr., write down that was a bad lie to tell in the future. And you watch as the little robot takes out a notepad and writes it down.
So it's named Dr. Zero Jr.?
Yes.
As in the smaller version of you.
And you see that, who has a passive perception of...
Oh lord, no.
Oh, of at least one, everybody.
Oh, okay.
You see that Dr. Weston is, like, you could hear his cane hitting the floor, and he's, like, leaned up against the doorway. And you see that, like, his curiosity, it's peaked at this point, and he says, Does the robot have a doctorate, too? Wouldn't he just
That
be
is an
Zero
excellent
Junior?
question.
That had crossed my mind.
I'm happy.
This is
to have-
honorary.
Or is it, does it pass on to your little junior friend as well? I'm not...
He's not a junior friend. First of all, he does not have a doctorate, alright? That is just his stage name.
Stage name?
His stage name. Okay.
Yes.
Stage
Right.
name.
What kind of
performs?
stage
He's a-
are you on?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him about. I don't know what he does as a.
He's an actor. I got it now. That explains everything.
Oh, I think I saw
Does
him in
it?
that recent
What is
stage
that?
production. Oh, what was it called?
Horrendous.
Is that the
I don't know what he
Space
does in his free
Theater?
time.
But you never mind.
It makes sense, yes.
Not even
All right,
weird.
I'm done with this game. Shirtless one. Go.
Okay, look, I am not entirely shirtless. I did put on a coat, thank you. Hello, my
And
name
we thank you
is
for it.
Of course, you're welcome. My name is Alexander Sivas. You know, I had something in mind just a second ago, and I kind of lost it for a second. That's Austin's way of saying he forgot what he was going to say. Oh, I remember now. All right, so, two truths and a lie. I have a sister who is actually also going to be working for the same organization. I killed a man about a week ago, and I am from Sharn.
Oh, and he comes with a back.
Can I insight check to see which one of those is true? Which one of those seems to be the lie?
Does anyone have any guesses?
You don't have a
I-
sister, do you?
You give me big only child energy. I'm gonna choose the first one.
You have a cat.
I don't believe that was one of the
say
choices
anything
this
about my
time.
cat, but I could have a cat. I guess. You know what? We're not going to go into cats anymore. No, I do have a sister actually. She's only a year younger than me, and she is here today. She's with one of the other groups actually.
Oh.
I'm
Did
gonna
you give
say
her
that
your
you
shirt?
aren't from Sharn.
Is that?
What? Did I what?
Never mind.
One person at a time, please.
Sharn.
Wow.
You aren't from
That is so,
Sharn?
like-
That is correct. I am not a Sharn native.
Oh,
Uh,
but you did kill a man.
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
Oh,
Excellent.
Maybe don't
also
go
in
around.
some way, or was this just kind of a?
It was self-defense. It was.
Oh, okay.
Just, you know.
That's fine. I'm not
Please
accusing you of
describe how you
anything. I just maybe don't go around telling people you killed someone.
I'm getting strong flashbacks to last one shot.
Oh, was the crime we're supposed to solve yours?
It was already.
I solved it. I solved it.
I was about to say, Bob, I think you've done it. I think we
Oh,
caught
my
who did
lord.
it. We just don't know who. We just don't know who died.
Please
Maybe that's the
describe
mystery.
We went to
How
the
you
universe.
blocked already
We know
cleared
who's
it
the
up. It was
killer,
a
but we don't know who he
self-defense
killed.
matter. Just.
It's brilliant.
It's like a reverse mystery.
Was it bloody?
No, it wasn't. I don't like. No. Blood gets everywhere. It stains things. No.
Something
Yeah,
about
blood's
Does have that
disgusting.
property.
You hear over the sort of almost like celestial sound speaker, the voice of Mr. Weston call out and say, "All right, how did it go? Is everyone done? If you finished your game, just give a resounding yes."
Yes.
How'd you go?
I guess we're done, I suppose.
This is great. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our second part. Now that you're well acquainted with your group, essentially, this will sort of, it'll help you communicate your abilities as an investigator, your skills, as a hero of the city, so as it were, and you will have the opportunity to put those skills to the test. I am very eager for this portion. Frankly, that icebreaker stuff is load of bull. This is what I've been looking forward to all day.
Thank you for putting us through it.
Why
then.
did?
So
why
everyone
did he
take a
want us to
quick-
do it?
Everyone take a quick 2-minute break, grab yourself some water and snacks, and we will begin the second portion of our interview process today. And that's how we're going to take our quick break. We're going to take a quick toilet cat break and grab some water and snacks and etc. So we will be back here in just a few minutes.
I feel good about this. We made Logan go off camera in the first
that
half.
fucking killed me. I was dead. Like, all right, let's stop all this talk about cats. You're like, yeah, that just got me. Fucking got me. All right. So we'll stop there and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Right back. We're back. Oh my goodness. That break was as productive as we expected.
Yep.
In some updates, Morella's hot. Little known fact.
Very little known fact, almost non-existent.
Elderly
I
turtle.
mean, he is a pretty
is
fun
hot.
guy.
Oh my
fucking
god. That was your best one. I have to say that I think you puked.
Thanks. I think I puked. Not yet.
We're doing it again, guys. We're doing that thing.
So Xavier, I'm glad you asked that question in our private chat. That's what this moment will be saved for. We'll get sort of nitty gritty stuff. Above average, I'll take it.
I like the idea that Logan just says that somebody messaged him in private chat and just tries to get it back on the rails. In our
We haven't disclosed that yet, Xavier.
In our DMs,
Xavier's trying to elicit information from us in our private chat.
Whoa.
Solicit, even.
Solicit?
Illicit?
I think illicit is like, that's a no-no, but like
Yeah.
solicit means like, give me your information.
I thought solicit was the opposite. Giving out.
okay. Anyway, what were you
The
saying?
English language is a load of
I
bullshit.
can never remember. Let's transition back. So,
Asking you're
this...
trying to obtain something from somebody, solicitation.
There we go. Solicit information. This is where it's about to get a lot of fun. And,
You're into dance.
Mr. Weston makes that known. He says, alright, the challenge. I have on my person 3 spell shards. Each one contains leads to a case. If you can acquire the spell shards, or 1 spell shard from my person, your group gets that case to pursue, and you are hired as one of our investigators. If you do the math, there are 4 groups, but only 3 spell shards. That means if you are the last group to acquire a spell shard, or if you don't have a spell shard by the time all 3 are acquired, unfortunately you'll be dismissed and taken on your way. So, they are anywhere on my person, and I am a magic user, but I've not done any funny business to conceal. They can be hidden in any of my mini jacket pockets, or pants pockets, or shoes, or socks, or hats, wherever it might be. And it is your job to figure out where by looking at my person, using your skills and abilities to find them, and then acquire them without the knowing. If I feel a hand in my pocket, nope, it is not yours. I have to take it back and you must try again. However, if you decide to acquire it via magical means, such as charming or other less savory means, that is fair game. The only guideline is you can't hurt me. I am an old man and I'd rather not deal with that. Now, if another group acquires a spell shard before you do and you see that they have, you can try taking it. Similar guidelines follow. You cannot hurt each other, but you can pickpockets, charm, whatever abilities at your disposal. Yes, sir?
What about threats of harm?
Oh, that's totally fine. Use the entire dictionary at your disposal.
Perfect.
Yes, sir?
Can I just have a spell shard?
No, the game has not started yet. So, here's what we will do. You will have exactly 5 minutes to convene with your group, discuss your abilities, and share them and formulate a plan, and then the game begins and it is a race to get the spell shards. Any final questions? Alright, then let the games begin. Return to your rooms, and you will hear a ting, and that is when you begin discussing. And you guys return back to the study, people return to the balcony, the sitting room, the dining room, and then you hear a ting over the intercom. And you have 5 minutes to discuss your class and a plan.
Well, I'm a doctor. I have lots of healing magics and also certain skills that allow me to manipulate other people against their will. It's not as bad as it sounds, but
I don't know.
I prefer not to do that if I don't have to, but other magic, healing, and things. Someone else gonna go?
Well, okay, I suppose I will then. I am also a magic user, actually. I mostly can... I'm gonna put this in a way that isn't gonna be a long-winded conversation. I can slow things down and speed them up. Or make them really hot or cold. There's a lot of ways I can do that.
Wow.
But I can also... I can naturally turn myself invisible. If that is
That could be
helpful.
useful.
That can be. I can also send things to pocket dimensions, so if I can just get my hand on it, I can just... and it's gone. I can speed one of us up. I can slow him down, so it makes it harder for him to notice us.
I can do that too.
I can also do that a little more in a bit of a different way than what we might be discussing at the moment. But
bye, Alan.
No, bye, Alan.
I also can charm similarly if I just crush one of these mushrooms up and blow it in his general direction. He can be turned to our side. I also can possibly make it so that he can't see or hear, which might be similarly useful to the invisibility. We could also, dependent, we could possibly, I could turn somebody gaseous. I don't know if that might help in this particular situation, but I also have these three things. And you see three little mushrooms climb around on Morel's back, and I say, these guys could possibly do some things.
Okay. Well, I don't have quite the magic you fellows have. Very impressive. But by the way, I have a little bit they taught us in Forest Scouts when I was a boy, and I kind of just like minor illusion a little, cascade of sparkles. I was in the Sharn Watch for about 20 years, so I can rough it with the best of them. Old Bobby doesn't quite look it, and I pat my beer belly. But I'm pretty light on my feet. I'm not the stealthiest, but I like to do a close-up magic, a little card tricks. So I can move my hands pretty quick. And if worse comes to worse, and I reach in my fanny pack and just produce a 44 Magnum, I'm just like, Bobby always stays strapped.
Oh no!
I'm starting to like you, Bob. I'm starting to like you a lot.
Oh, I immediately liked you, so thank you.
I like to imagine. It always repeats in my head when Jacob's phrase of Ashwab, like all Sharn Nights are bastards.
Oh yeah, that's part of why I quit. I realized, I loved the figuring out clues and whatnot and solving mysteries, but I kind of started realizing that what we were doing day to day was kind of more controlling people rather than helping them on the behalf of the ruling elites of the city. So I swab all day.
You know what? You know what, Bob? I think I am starting to take a liking to you now.
You hear
Thank you.
Mr.
I
Weston's
like you
voice
too.
boom throughout the penthouse. Says, "Your time is up. I hope you had plenty of time to discuss and get to know everyone's special abilities and what
Poncho
makes
Man, you've said nothing.
Poncho Man and Inventor Man."
I have a whole.
And he
have
says,
hair.
"So, I will be. Let's see." And you see, he walks into the study and tells you all, "Go one room. My sort of
Your man cave.
my man cave. Go wait in there for a second."
And I say, is the game started
No,
yet?
yeah. Go in there. Go in there. There's a premise
Man
to it.
cave.
I just didn't plan ahead. Go on.
Like the sewing room now.
Okay.
Going. All right, just go. And he ushers you into the game room. And he says, "All right. So if you are a private investigator, as you are all hoping to be, I am your mark. You need to get evidence from me, and I only keep it on my person. You need a key to a safe or whatever helps you get into this idea. I'm going to be sitting here at my desk in my study, writing a letter to my lovely wife, as she is on vacation visiting her sister, and it is your job to, in some way, shape, or form, get these secrets from me. So, on the count of 3, the games begin. 1, 2, 3. And I need one of you to volunteer to roll initiative for your, as there are 4 groups participating. Whoever has the higher dex.
I have a +7 initiative modifier. Does that
But
count?
plus
Higher
7 initiative on.
Oh yeah, because that yeah, I know what you. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's cool.
Austin,
You're
if you wanna be
figuring it out.
if you want to be the one to roll initiative for your group.
It may have been a mistake because I roll like shit, but we'll see.
I was about to say I don't.
Go for
I
it.
believe in you. I
Go
believe.
for
now
it.
forever
New
hold your
character,
peace, damn
new dice. You got it.
Yeah, you can do it.
We have to set up our friends to succeed.
Okay. It's a 16.
Okay.
All right.
With a +7, you still can't get
I
above a
rolled a
10.
9.
Oh, you said 16?
16.
And essentially the way this will work is that you will all act, quote unquote, at once. So you all get your actions, bonus actions, whatever else at the same time, but you can sort of act and make a plan for your group's turn. You guys are
have his dice out.
nice. Same, honestly. So you guys are acting at 16. Another group. The next group acting at 18. Last, probably gonna roll low because I just 11.
Okay, so we're second.
So you see one of the groups led by an elven woman with sort of greasy, strandy hair and face paint. Sort of peek around the corner, and all of her group kind of does the same. Who has a passive perception of 16 or higher? Nope. Awesome.
Perception
15,
is
baby.
not a cleric thing.
What'd you say, Carson?
15.
15.
15.
Yeah, mine's
as well,
50
yeah.
as well.
You don't see what happens or what their plan is. But they all recede back around the door frame and see them again. And then that brings it to your turn.
Okay. I would like to use my feature Eye for Detail to, as a bonus action, make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object.
Okay, is it a perception? Is it a skill check or anything? Or are you just...
It is a perception.
Okay, go ahead and do that for me then.
Now I figured out what you are.
17.
I also know that because anyway,
For this.
I played one.
You peek around around the corner from the games room, just kind of eye Mr. Weston sitting at this. He's leaned his cane up against the desk and he's sitting there writing a letter, trying to give into this odd. Then you notice at the back of his hat seems to be bobby pinned, folded, like in play. And then you start looking at the hat in a little bit more detail. You see now that there is light sort of raised bulge of the hat. So you deduce that he has a spell shard hidden in his cap.
I bring my companions close and just whisper, "There's one under his cap."
Todd, do you seem to be able to charm person better than me?
Probably.
I have a 15.
Like for spell save DC?
Yeah.
Mine is 17.
Okay. Then I'll say, well, how does yours? What is happening?
Because that's
right
the
now?
item I picked.
Oh, nice. I'll say, well, I can certainly go up and try to charm him if unless somebody else. You said you had possibly be able to charm him as well. That was
And
something.
you just said we can't hurt him, right?
Yep, you
Yeah.
can't hurt him.
Okay. That's fine.
That's not a bad idea. If that doesn't work, can any of you make yourselves or anybody else invisible?
I can turn myself invisible, and I'm known for having quick fingers.
I can turn myself invisible.
I've got pretty quick fingers myself, but if you think you got it, I believe in you, bud.
We could do several things at once.
Mm-hmm.
I'll attempt to get him to come this way. And if that doesn't work, then you guys can be invisible and make a grab for his hat.
Well, one thing that could help with making that grab is I take out a vial. Let's say, if I throw this on him, it will make him tiny. Then
Make him tiny?
I can make him miniature. And it'd be easier to overpower him. Pick him right up.
I think
We
that
have
is
to remember
a
that
good
the
idea.
stipulation is that he doesn't know we took him.
Oh,
the
it has-
charm person,
don't-
right? He did say that charm person was fine.
Yeah, so effectively, if you can convince him in some fashion, whether through magic or words, to give it to you, that's fine. Because, he knows you took it and whatever else.
So, like,
But
if he threw his hat to us, then that would be fine.
that could be fine. But if you
Okay.
pickpocket it and he catches you, that, as an investigator, that's losing. Like, that you got caught.
May I try something, and if it doesn't work, then we can attempt to make him small or do something else?
Alternatively, we could do both, right? So we could invisible and steal it, and we could take 2 of the scrolls, just in case somebody decides to steal one from us.
That's a really good point.
That's
Uh,
not
Make
bad.
him tiny, and then
So
an
we-
invisible man beats him up. I like it.
So I'll try to get the hat if you all want to turn invisible and try to find the other ones. So I want to reach around or look around the corner and kind of look at these people that are my party and kind of like, and I reach my hand out
Before
and
you
I will
do,
use.
taking that time to plan, that takes your group's turn. You spent all your 5 minutes already discussing and planning. That extra plan took your group's turn. It's now the next group's turn. You watch as from
That was the ultimate cock block.
one of the other yes it is. One of the other archways, this elderly lady in a long gray dress that lunges up at the ground walks in, shuffling her and Mr. Weston, would be my grandson's gotten a bit of payment. Something to record for his notes in it. He's a lovely. smart, and he could really use something like a spell shard to be able to record notes easier. And this old lady's going on with this sob story, and you all watch as this old lady tears begin to run down her face, and all of you can't help but be like, oh.
Inside check.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does it seem like she's doing something magically, or is she just trying to convince him? Do I detect him? Do I see any signs of casting a spell?
As a magic user, none like at a quick glance. Essentially, nothing reaction. And he is written, but Mr. Weston.
If she is trying to persuade him. She's trying to persuade him. And I can see her, correct?
Yep.
I guess this is a lot of mechanical crap that goes into this, but I'm going to be like, okay, let's dial the clock back on that. And I'm just going to use Chrono Shift to, quote, make her retry, essentially. I'm just gonna kind of like trace my finger in a circle, and it kind of like the scene like shifts,
Okay.
and she re-rolls, I guess.
Who's me? On the re-roll, she rolled even higher.
You're kidding.
The first time I rolled 12 plus her modifier, and this time it was 18 plus her modifier. And whenever Mr. Weston stands up at his desk, and you see he reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out one of the spell shards. Says, "Of course, my lady, you can pick these up at any corner store nowadays." Oh, sure. For you. And hands it to her, and she starts to shuffle away. She's still in the room, but she is successfully persuaded and gotten one of the spell shards in her hand. And then the next group, you watch as a dwarven man with sort of like mohawk shaved head, a curly goatee mustache, and from a quick glance, he's kind of wearing a turtleneck, but most of you could pretty easily see the sort of scarring that crawls up one side of the neck and kind of around. As Mr. Weston is finishing up this conversation with this lady, this dwarven man sneaks up behind him, and he watches this tries to slip a hand into the pocket. And then Mr. Weston very quickly reaches down and smacks the wrist and says, good try, waiting for the distraction, but not quite. And Dwarven slumps off, returns back, and then it comes back up to the top, where watch Mr. West after smacking the dwarf's hand, dwarf stamping off. Mr. West starts to go, the hell? And starts to like fidget, and he grabs his cane to like maintain his balance, and you watch him reach into one of his pockets and pull out a rat, like a large rat by the tail.
Is it a hot rat?
It's not a hot rat. And you see him like let out this.
Rat got it going on.
He lets out this deep sigh, and takes the rat and throws it across the room, and it balloons out into the elven woman you saw earlier with the face paint. And he says,
So it is a hot rat.
It is a hot rat. And he says, good try, but that rat was way too big to be in my pocket. There's no way I wasn't going to feel that. And you see
She's a fucking rat.
A similar instance occur of one of the, like a sneakier person, as that's going on, try to infiltrate and go to pick a pocket. Let's see how successful they are. still very unsuccessful. Before the hand even reaches the pocket, he grabs the wrist and pushes them back. Says, "Good try." And now it is back to you guys.
So, go invisible.
Yep.
Go. I'm gonna try to get the thing from the lady. You try to go for the hat.
And I'm gonna. Yep. And I'm gonna
I
try.
have
To
a backup plan if we really need to go a little buck wild.
Okay.
Is only one person doing
Let's
something?
hope it won't come to that.
No, we can do multiple things at once as long as we don't spend too long planning.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm
I-
back.
What
I
kind
found
of
this
Alan?
missing cat poster.
Cool. That's great.
What in the
Alan rolled
world?
up the table and said, "Show picture of cat to derail session." I'm gonna do my channel divinity to use on the old lady and cast blood puppet and make her make a saving throw against my spell DC to make her move towards us and make an attack.
While
What
that
is
is
the
happening.
save?
17.
And what kind of save?
Wisdom. Oh wait, no, con. I think. Con. Let me check. Pretty sure it's con.
We're trying to steal a spell thing. Alan.
Essentially, Rickon has placed 3 spell shards on his person, and you have to try to steal them with either through persuasion, magic, or without getting caught.
Yes, con save.
Con save.
Uh,
That's an
okay.
8. What happens?
So this old lady just shudders and kind of twists back towards us and moves 15 feet. I'm assuming that's her movement is 30.
Yeah.
So 15 feet towards us and just throws the spell shard at me.
Incredible.
Okay. Because you were like casting the spell and doing the thing, make a dexterity check for me.
While
That's a 21.
Yes, you catch it. Spell shard in
Got
your
one.
hand.
And while all that was happening, Alexander just shrugs, and it's almost like when you see like a weird like distortion of like pixels and stuff on a screen. Like parts of him just seem like square out, and then he's no longer there. And I'm going to try to get the shard out of the hat while he's doing that.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Okie dokie.
In
Could I have guidance, Tim?
No,
Sleight of hand.
we're still
And-
sort of
Can
one
I?
action, bonus action kind of thing.
Yep.
Yes, Xavier?
I'm going to turn to Dr. Zero Jr. and say, "Get the jug." And you watch as he takes out a alchemy jug. Dr. Zero Jr. is going to fly, because they can fly. He's a homunculus.
he can fly. He can fly. He can fly.
He's going to fly. I want him to fly over his head and hold the jug there, ready. And then I just say, "Mayonnaise." And it's going to be sitting there, ready to cause the ultimate distraction, because nothing is more distracting than a jar of mayonnaise landing on your head.
So,
I don't think that. I think that was aioli because that had a little spice
that
in
little
it.
spice in it. Alexander, if you'll do that sleight of hand check with advantage, as you're reaching for the hat, and then all of a sudden this little tiny mechanical gnome, essentially, or halfling, flies over
He's a gnome.
and drops a jar of mayonnaise and pours it out over Mr. Weston.
Okay, with advantage, my first roll was still better. I got a 19.
The mayonnaise pours over, and he like throws his arms out like, and so you're kind of reach up. You have to tilt the hat back because the bobby pins were pointed out to you, and in a flurry, he smashes the
I am
hat.
going to use my reaction to use Chrono Shift, and I'm going to rewind back to where I start to pick the hat
Okay,
and re-roll.
go for it.
Oh, that's what you are. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Fuck! I rolled the same thing.
Oh.
Once more, just as it happened in the future, grabs hat and grabs invisible wrist. That's good try, good try. The mayonnaise was a weird touch. I did not expect that one.
Dr. Zero in the corner. Mayonnaise!
As this is happening, I would like to stroll up to his desk and just kind of slap my gun down on there and just be like, Mr. Weston, that hat looks pretty uncomfortable. Perhaps you'd like to take it off.
So, drenched in mayonnaise, holding an invisible person's hand, looks down, looks up at this dad in his white sneakers.
3'6".
I
Hey,
really.
look, bud. Look, bud. That bullet's not for you. That's for me. I'm having a real hard time.
What the fuck? What the
I'm having a real. Bobby needs a win today.
I gotta go!
So this is effectively a threat. If you're proficient in intimidation, you can make an intimidation check.
Oh my god.
I'm proficient in persuasion.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of
Holy
Nat 20.
Holy fuck!
Holding
Chaos.
invisible wrist covered in mayonnaise. He looks over to the group, like your group, through the archway, with this look of just horror.
He just witnessed me twist an old lady to my will.
He heard him talking about his wife or ex-wife earlier too. It's so much worse.
You know what? Yeah, with the mayonnaise on that hat, it's gonna start smelling. You're right. And he takes off the hat, and you see balance on his
Good.
head
Good.
is one of the spell shards. Takes it off and says, "Why don't you hold onto that for me?"
Well, thank you, Mr. Weston. You are truly a kind gentleman, and I'm sorry about the mayonnaise. And I just kind of take it in my hand, sling my 44 over the other shoulder, and start swaggering back. Just like, oh, I got friends in low places.
And as he finishes up that, is it all possible for me to say, and really, I don't think you don't want anything, you don't want to experience this no more. And I just I crush up a psychedelic and say, I hope you feel it in your goodwill just to give us the last one, so you don't have to deal with this shit anymore. And I'll cast Charm Person on him.
You're truly a horrible group.
Who
I'm actually gonna walk back.
Who were you casting
Yeah.
Charm
I'm gonna
Person?
walk back to
I'm casting Charm Person on
Weston.
Weston. To basically say, just give me the last spell shard, so you don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
Okay, what kind of save is that?
Wisdom.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, that's cool. And I'll say, well, oh, go ahead. I just realized I'm not gonna respond until he says something.
Oh, he just says, good effort. That's good. It's still drenched in man.
And I give him the psychedelics and say, this will help with the mayonnaise.
I'll save that for later. Ups into it. Or, Alan, 2 of the 3 spell shards have been collected. Is there anything that Roman wants to interject and help with, or do you want to pass it on?
Where's the other spell shard?
You don't.
Oh.
One was taken from jacket pocket, one was taken from hat, and then there's apparently one more still on his person.
Oh, on him. Okay.
It's in his butt.
He's clutching
That's
invisible
the
wrists.
first thing my mind thought, and I was like, no.
He's clenched it in his
He's
butthole.
grabbed
not gonna say that.
like an invisible thing behind him, But at this point, he would have let it go because he's maneuvering and covered in mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
With Julian.
Can I cast darkness
Sure. On him?
on Weston? Yeah.
Sure, you can cast darkness. Well, not necessarily on him, but in the area. Cover the entire area.
And I wanna. And then I have Devil Sight.
Yeah.
So I just kind of I want to like take a look. Is there anything bulging from his clothes?
Hey yo,
He
make
is
a,
covered in mayonnaise after all.
make a perception check for, or let's say investigate. Either perception or
Actually-
investigation. Go either way.
I want to. Oh wait, okay. I have a better idea.
Are you sure about that?
Tentacle of the Deep.
Oh boy.
This is going a very uncomfortable direction. Very.
I don't-
rapidly.
First
I don't
asking about
really-
bulges and now tentacles. What next?
I don't really know how this works. From what I can tell, a tentacle just appears somewhere. Right?
I don't know. If one of you wants to help Alan figure out what it does, I'm gonna go toilet cat really quick.
You can magically summon a spectral tentacle
Is it a bonus action?
as a bonus action.
Oh, hell yeah. Warlock.
So I can cast the darkness and then just spawn a tentacle from somewhere. So I guess it doesn't really have a limit on like where it can come from, just as long as I can see it.
Yeah,
You're
we're
a
just gonna
fathomless
figure
warlock.
out where the thing is after that, right?
You create a 10-foot long tentacle at a point that you can see within 60 feet of you.
There you go.
Yeah, that fits.
You can move the tentacle up to 30 feet, and you can make an attack.
Oh, we can't
But
hurt
we're
him.
not supposed to hit him.
Well,
Don't hurt
we
him.
can all-
That's the one thing we can't do.
I suppose you could try to
Yeah,
make a
hurt him.
grapple. I don't know if that counts as
Yeah,
damaging
that is-
him.
Oh,
No, I want to use the tentacle to search him.
That's not. That's
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Oh boy.
See, I thought we were done with the tentacle shit because Oleg wasn't in this adventure, but no, we're back to the tentacle nonsense.
all roads lead to Oleg.
Stop!
Alan
The
reading some
tentacle
structure nonsense.
So
Okay.
Alan,
With this
Wait,
horrible fishman.
Wait.
There are too
Alan, is
many
he gonna be
damn
Roman?
tentacles in this
Yeah.
motherfucking plane.
All roads lead to Oleg. All roads lead to Rome. And
Roman.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, what's the plan?
Alright, so I'm casting darkness as my action.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I am spawning this tentacle. I'm moving towards Weston while shrouded in this dark cloud. I take out my quarterstaff and I stretch it out towards Weston, and from the tip of the quarterstaff, I want to spawn a tentacle, which will be searching Weston's person for the third shard.
Like flipping, like to put into his pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
That is gross.
Truly vile.
That is truly a terrible thing to imagine.
Alan, you suck.
Make a melee spell attack against one creature left for 1 minute. So you create the tentacle. You make a melee spell attack. So what I'll say is that you can create the tentacle, and instead of doing damage, you could attempt to try to pickpocket with it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a charisma. Just roll a d20 and add your charisma.
My charisma, okay. Um, 18.
So of course he senses it.
Yeah.
and immediately starts pushing against it, and just the fact of him pushing against it keeps it from reaching all the different pockets. Unable to find the last spell shard. But all the while, Weston's like, oh god, sorry, oh god, no, not that pocket, not that pocket. Oh god, there's a hole in that. Stop. And then, now it's the next group's turn. Bob, as you are, striding back to your group, revolver in one hand, spell shard in the other, feeling like a big man, you hear, of course, all the sounds of Mr. Weston laughing, the tentacle around you, the sloshing of mayonnaise and feet on the floor, but you can hear footsteps resounding across the wood floors, and you hear a voice call out, "Halt!" And I need you, Bob, to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does that
Wisdom
you need to be able to?
saving
Is it?
throw. I believe I have advantage on that because
It's
I'm
dark,
a gnome.
isn't
Is it a magical effect?
I mean, just in the one portion of the room where Weston.
Is it a magical effect?
It is. It is, in fact.
Cool. I have advantage on that because of my gnome cunning. Nat 20 and a 9. I'm gonna take that nat 20.
Amazing.
This is the most nat 20s I've rolled on
Yeah,
any
you
episode
rolled-
we've
That's
ever
cool.
done, and it's just Bob fucking Springbriar.
Bob's gonna get his win.
So you feel yourself start to slow down.
Bobby needs a win, baby.
So, Bob.
Bobby does need a win.
So, Bob,
Oh my.
gun in one hand, spell shard in the other. You hear a voice call out "halt," and you feel your legs start to slow. What goes through Bob's mind that, one, gets him through the command spell, and two, what badass line does Bob say in response? That's like pulled straight from a mystery novel.
Okay.
Bobby don't halt for nobody.
Okay. Hey, so as this entity through the darkness commands Bob to halt, and his limbs are slowed for a moment, and he thinks back to his life, all the times life told him to halt, all the times he was denied promotion to detective, and all the times he had to pull extra shifts to cover for somebody else. All the time Elaine was away with her tennis instructor, and I had to pick the kids up from school. He thinks back to moving into his own little apartment, his shitty little space, but his space is nonetheless where he must halt no more. And he just kind of turns to this person, goes, "The divorce is final. I don't think I'll be halting anymore."
And you
Free
hear
counseling.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle,
Oh my
jangle,
God.
jingle, jangle.
And the person that tried casting command, which was the dwarven mohawked twirly mustache man, you turn around and say that at him, and he says, "Fuck, man, he has some confidence."
It's the New Balances.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
And
Bob's a new man.
Jacob, what is the blood puppet thing? How long does that last?
Just that turn. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, that's just it. Just was that one turn.
Okay. This old woman that you've puppeted over, who had a look of horror along the way, now that she's over with your group, she looks around.
She's like 15 feet from us.
Okay, 15
Like,
feet.
I moved her closer to us and threw it. I didn't get her she's not standing with us or anything.
Oh, that's right, because she threw it. She looks around at your entire group. She, again, eyes start to walk. She says, could you just think my grandson needs that to be able to graduate from school. Now he's never gonna graduate. And her face essentially melts down. Her mouth elongates into this horrible, like, wailing. Her eyes start to almost peel down the sides of her face. And I need you all to make a wisdom saving.
Ooh, that's a nat 1, which I get to re-roll.
Fucking
Nice.
halflings.
And that's way better.
17.
15.
14.
You said a wisdom.
22.
That's wisdom save.
Fuck. Okay.
17.
All right.
It's the first time I've ever been proficient in wisdom saving throws.
Wait. It's
But
it's against magic, right?
It's against magic? Oh, no, it's not
But-
against magic. It's against frighten. Right. Fear. Which I think halflings are...
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an advantage on wisdom against magic. I don't know. if
This
that's-
is not magic.
Okay. Just wanted to-
It is a fear effect, so I get to roll advantage, which is even higher now,
Yep.
so...
I'm sure you're fine. Yes, Austin.
7.
7.
I just can't win today.
Unfortunately, Alexander is the only one. As you were standing, you were invisibly running back away from the desk toward Julius. You see this woman's face, like, melt down.
Nope.
No one else is shaken by it, though. And upon seeing that no one else is shaken by it, this changeling
can't be
immediately
it.
drops their form, and are now just wearing a long gray dress. And you recall seeing someone wearing a long gray dress. And the changeling says, "Alright, well, I really gotta work on that. Clearly, okay, so what wasn't scary about that? I mean, the melting face, I thought really...
I don't know. I liked it. The melting face was pretty good. And
It was great. I've seen people blown apart and limbs flown everywhere. Nothing really scares me anymore.
yeah, I've seen people all get chopped up and gang killings and whatnot. So yeah, no, it's not you. It's not you. It's us.
Yeah,
I'm desensitized.
I've done psychedelics, ma'am. That's not nothing.
Alright,
And Alexander is calling it visibly from the corner. No, that was pretty
That was
good though
bad.
for normal people. For people who aren't haven't seen all that shit, that did the trick.
So, I mean, can I have a spell shard? I mean, that's not really fair for you all to get that. Don't you want more investigators? Can I just have one of the spell shards?
Absolutely not. I will throw this acid at your face.
I mean,
Step
do
away.
you really want to work all 3 of the cases? I mean, that's so much work for you to do.
I thought they.
Yes, they.
I'm trying to get better about that. I thought they were pretty good.
God damn it.
Beautiful.
We
I
respect
feel
Bob.
Hey, Julian,
Bob-
I had
Bob
a bit
is
of an
trying.
idea about that.
That's something.
If that
So you're not giving. You're not gonna. Just. You're gonna solve all these. Alright.
I think it'd be I think it'd be a nice change of pace from what I normally do. Healing sick people is really rewarding, but I gotta heal the city in all kinds of ways, you know?
But don't you want to start small? Like, I mean, you're depriving all of us of work right now. Like taking all.
I just hold out a small vial, and I say, "This vial will make you puke for 3 hours straight. Keep pushing."
Really, what's in that?
You know what?
Make an intimidation check for me, Xavier.
Like for real, I want to know what's in it.
I also have a mushroom that
Ray
can
of
do
sickness.
that. I think.
Or deception, I guess. If you're
That's a nat 20!
What the fuck is with these nat 20s?
God damn it! Give some to me! Please!
This changeling, who in their, like, natural form, it's very slender, like long fingers, long legs, long arms, and neutral face, bald, like very neutral. And you hold that up and kind of threaten a little bit, and this changeling says, well, fine. The changeling takes a step forward and sticks out their hand and says, my name is Jude or Judith, depending on what form I'm in that day. You can call me whichever at the time. But nice to meet you, and if you ever need someone of my talents and skills, just feel free to reach out.
Bob Squidwire, pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
We might hand out some of them later, but let's be honest, I don't want to be left with none.
But fine, that's all right. And Jude shakes hands, turns back around before completely walking away, and says, "Sure, you don't want to, throw us a bone this one as well."
Okay, I throw the potion at her.
What does it do? What's this?
It's Ray of Sickness.
We'll save that for the top of your round. We'll save that for the top of your round, which is actually very soon.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the dwarf already took his turn, tried commanding, it did not work. That brings us back up to the top with you watch as this elven woman with the strandy, greasy hair and face paint, in Morel, you notice that she gets up from the floor and kind of stretches her arms, and she has we think she has hairy armpits. No, she has moss growing on her arm.
Alright.
And she stretches up in the air. She reaches into one of the pouches across her belt and pulls out a mushroom and pops it into her mouth. And you watch her transform into a bear that starts to eat up space in the room. And she charges, roaring into the darkness that Roman created. And you hear the splintering of wood and the crashing of something against Roman, you see that she ran up and smashed her front paws through the desk and roared in the face of Weston, effectively trying to intimidate him. But Roman, what is your passive perception?
If I have proficiency in perception, do I add that?
Yep.
16.
You and Mr. Weston both watch as one of her thieving companions walks up and reaches into the jacket pocket where he pulled out the previous spell shard, and of course it's not there. And reaches into a pant pocket, and then immediately Weston smacks the Rowan's like, good try, you better keep a keen eye out. And all this is happening in magical darkness that only you can see. And Weston perfectly smacks this effectively. His senses are keen. And then that brings it back to your group, Xavier, Dr. Zero, excuse me.
Thank
At a
you,
respective
thank you.
degree. If you want to do the Ray of Sickness stuff.
Can I do a silent chuckle at that dude pointing with my tentacle?
Yeah.
So that's an 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That's gonna do it.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Right,
what
so that's
happens?
2d8.
Okay.
It's only 7. So, as they turn around and ask one more time, and I immediately, as soon as they turn around and open up their mouth, I just throw the vial at it, and it lands right in their mouth, and they swallow it whole.
What was your die roll?
Damage die?
Just the 2-hit die.
18.
The highest roll back. 18.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Okay. The vial hits. The fumes hit the changeling's nose, and they begin to and throw up onto the floor. They throw up a hand and say, "Weston, disqualification! They're hurting me! They're hurting me!" And begin calling for you and your team.
Oh,
Everyone else, it is your turn. It is your team's
I'll
turn.
go over in lesser restoration and just deadpan as I'm doing it, just look them right in the face and go, "Now don't say all that. Something bad might happen to you." The most threatening way possible.
That's the
as I
most
heal them.
threatening thing. Make an intimidation check for me.
Oh my god. We are the worst.
That was a nat one. Rerolling that.
Oh boy.
Let's see. What is my 17?
That. So you say
But like
that?
I'm just.
Yep. And Judith looks you in the eye, looks around. Says, "All right, fine. I think you're good people. I was just hoping we could, spell shard. And honestly, I really don't want to do this game again. I feel like if you got disqualified with 2 of the spell shards, we just have to do this game all over again. I don't want to. So never mind. False alarm. I'm just throwing up. We're okay."
Listen, my changeling friend. I really need this, but I can sense you also need a win. And I hand over my shards.
For your spell shard. Dude or Judith looks at you. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad.
I don't.
So you'll kind of pick up. I rolled an insight check. And Judith, holding the spell shard, looks up at you, Bob. Or too kind, and looks up at you, Julie. Says,
Julian.
Oh, Julian. I put Julius. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, same actually. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind.
I was paying attention.
I don't know where Julian came from. I'll fix that in a second.
I am, Julian.
And looks at you, Julian, and says,
I'm. Do I believe them?
Make an insight check.
27.
No, you do not, but you think it's for good intention.
Whatever you're trying to do, you can just. We don't need to do this. I know you're lying. It's doctor's intuition.
All right. And Judith, using their change appearance, changes into effectively a Jessica Rabbit in a gray dress, and tips Bob over in a big sweep and gives him a big kiss on the lips and sits him back up, and says, "Thank you, dear. And like I said, you can utilize my talents anytime. I will be returning to my group now. Thank you. And
if you ever get hurt, come visit.
Thank you very much." And of course, Jessica Rabbit hip sways back over to their group. And anyone else can do some stuff if you wish, because there's still 1 spell shard, and the game does not end until all spell shards have been
And
revealed.
we still have mine, the one that I
Yep,
got.
Correct.
Cool.
Got it.
Okay. Good.
Alright, so
Done my thing.
idea.
That was very kind of you, Bob.
You know, as somebody who needs a win, I can sense when others need a win. And I think they needed a win. And
I can feel it. Good things are coming your way.
you know, if we can win and they can win, why not?
They needed to vomit for 3 hours straight. That's what they needed.
That was kind of fucked up what you did there, bud.
Yeah, I think I'm with Bob on that one. Like, don't think that was necessary, but all right.
Well, no harm done. I took care of it.
I took old Jolene out, referring to my gun, but
His name is
Jolene, like the Dolly Partons.
yes, like the Dolly Parton song.
Hell
I took
yes.
Jolene out, but I wasn't
Amazing.
about to use her. You gotta.
I gave them a warning. I gave them a warning, and they
My
didn't take it.
beautiful daughter Samantha keeps saying to me. She keeps saying, "Read the room, Dad." And you know what?
I gave them a warning.
She
I
has a
don't know.
point.
All right, so Alan, what is your plan as we pan like 10 feet over to where this eerie orb of darkness and you with a quarterstaff and a tentacle are at work?
Yeah.
Let it never be said that Sharn Nights cannot straddle multiple tones.
Truly awful.
Oh my god.
Alright, is there a way I can reattach the tentacle to my immovable rod?
That phrase. I just.
You can move it. You can move it like up to like 60 feet or something. So I guess.
Yeah, as a bonus action on your turn, you move the tentacle up to 30 feet and repeat the attack.
Alright, I take out the immovable rod and have it hop. And
Have it hop.
Uh-huh.
into the,
Uh-huh.
What sound does that make?
maybe like a sproing.
Sproing?
Spring.
Sproing?
Yeah. You know? Like a slinky.
I don't know.
Sure. Yep, you get your
And-
tentacle to move.
All right.
I wanna,
Same.
cause I think it's got like a 10-foot range, so I just kind of want to prop it like a little bit above Weston's head
Okay.
and just like tickle him from atop, while I, personally, search from below. You know, keeps him and his hands occupied because he's getting tickled, right?
Okay.
And then that gives me room to, you know, make do.
Make do, he says. So,
Uh-huh.
Alan,
Yeah.
we'll say, make a sleight of hand roll with
Okay.
advantage.
Okay.
But because also of the magical darkness, there will be essentially an additional bonus you or a buff to Weston because he cannot see.
Cool.
I'll take that into consideration. Still covered in mayonnaise. Darkness.
Wonderful.
Is a 15 okay?
You start pilfering through some pockets, and
Is
you
Pepsi okay?
and he's being tickled the entire time, but then finally he turns around to you, and you don't really see what he does. You see him do something with his arms besides just fighting the tentacle, and he turns to you as you're pilfering through his pockets, finally reaches out and successfully smears mayonnaise across your face and across your eye in the darkness.
Ew.
He says, "It's a really great effort. I applaud you. The tentacle thing, that was good. Good effort. Good try.
Does the mayonnaise taste good?
It's fresh mayonnaise. Alan, what's your preferred mayonnaise brand?
I love a good
Um,
helmet.
Duke.
Duke.
What do you mean, Dukes, my man?
Yeah, I was
What
gonna
do
say Dukes.
That's why I wanted to pose that to you. So Dukes. Yeah, it tastes like Dukes.
All right. Bob would hate it.
Yeah, but he turns around and boils your pickpocket attempt. Second time. Are there any other actions that have not been taken?
Well, I am technically still invisible at the moment.
Technically.
Am I? Is the lady's gone, right? Like I'm not
Lady's-
frightened anymore.
Yep, correct.
Okay. Can I check his like socks, shoe area?
He's still shrouded in magical darkness.
Oh, that's right. I can't see him. Never mind. Well,
You can still try.
I guess so.
I'd make an investigation check at disadvantage.
My odds were bad before. They are pretty bad now. But you know what? I might as well. Okay. Not terrible. That's a 21 with disadvantage. I am smart, not wise.
With a 21 is good because he also has some right now. You
I am both visible and it's dark.
you feel around the shoe, it doesn't feel like he's standing on it. So it's not in his shoe, but then you feel like leather straps around him. And you realize that he's wrapped it to like his ankle or calf. And so, since you only move it, take the last bit of your turn to try and pry it free, you can make a sleight of hand check.
Is it like? Does it feel like it's like wrapped in the leather, or like
Yeah.
like? Is it just okay? How is it wrapped in the leather? Is it like underneath something and pressed against his leg, or is it like it's like a strapping and there's like something that it's inside of, or if that makes sense?
I think he has whatever that mechanism is called that connects your socks to your underwear or the bottom of your shirt. That's what it is. The bottom of your shirt. He has that implement. Garters. And it seems to be like sort of an extension of that with just like a leather band that's holding it to his calf.
Can I just cut the band? I have a knife.
So make a sleight of hand.
Is that still with disadvantage?
Yeah, since you can't see what you're doing.
Does it feel like there's a way to pop it out instead of trying to cut it? Because if I miss and cut him, technically I'm in trouble.
It'll be
Okay.
it'll be the same either way.
Okay. 15. The other roll would have been a 21. I'm very sad about that.
15. Your armor class?
12.
You have a little switchblade trying to cut some of the leather straps, and you feel the leg lift up very quickly and stomp down onto your hand. And so you take his strength is terrible, absolutely terrible. So you take 1 point of damage.
And as he does that, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be like, so we're not allowed to hurt you, but you can hurt us.
Alright, all this tickling's got me really jumpy. I can't help but start flailing around, and sorry about that. You got some extra mimosa on your way out. And like the tentacle's still up here, like tickling him, and so he's just like, damn it, stop stepping around, freaking out. Any other actions, bonus actions people want to take?
See if there's anything mechanically I can do.
So I just want to clear, we can't hurt other people.
And not.
Wow.
However, you can just wait and protect your current spell shard and wait for someone else to get. Just sit back.
I got you, Dr. Julian. Don't worry.
I'm gonna bonus action Magic Stone.
Okay.
You watch as I pour some sort of chemical over these stones, and they radiate, and they immediately turns into balls of spike.
Mike?
Yes.
Howdy.
Little cowboy.
Oh, it's like Oleg's like spike merchandise. You create little spike stones.
Yeah.
Is Oleg's merchandise official, or is it like boardwalk quality?
Is it like in an Etsy shop stage or like mass order?
He's officially like mass ordering.
Or
Like
is
you see a shop in the
selling
back.
it on the back of his sky coach.
Yeah.
Traveling merchant. Oleg.
No, he has contacted people and is starting to put it in actual shops.
Oleg, how's your sort of like ambassador role going? Talking to the other houses, you're like, oh, I've totally given that up. I've completely gone to merchandising.
Merchandising is where the money is.
Fuck the government, fuck politics, fuck the houses. We're done there.
Yes.
So you cast Magic Stone, and if there's nothing else, we can effectively say you can protect Julian enough over the course of the next few rounds that finally one of the opposing team, similarly trying to mimic your friend of charming, trying to get it from him and then following up with a bit of pocketing stuff, trying to copy something.
Yeah, using abilities instead of psychopathy.
A little bit. Now, Judith the Changeling has one. If someone will volunteer to roll a d20.
I got you.
Nope. I got a 3.
Oh boy.
Yay, I'm not the only one.
Okay. So, the group to get the final spell shard is the one led by the after she did her whole stunt with turning into a bear and trying to intimidate roguish individual trying to come up, that he resorts to a little bit more brutish tactics, and bear hugs him. He pins him to the ground, and using her bear weight just kind of presses down on him, not like roaring at him or anything, but just presses down on him. And one of anyone can make a history check, actually.
All right. Dirty 20. Bobby's rolling well
24.
tonight.
Or the two of you would recognize the person that comes up. A halfling approaches, a little bit older in year, approaches the bear that is pinning down Weston. And the two of you recognize her as a former, essentially a press person for one of the Sharn Council named Ramona. And she's always sort of had, that charismatic way about her. And she walks up as this bear is pinning Weston down and says, "Now listen, we can let this game for beneficial. Go ahead and handle it. Clearly we will get it from you. Better for it. Give it over willingly." And Weston stares at her and says looks up at the bear who's dripping slobber into his mayonnaise covered hair. "Please take it. I can't." And forks over the final spell shard.
Where is Ramona in relation to my tentacle?
I mean, within range, if you wanted to try and do some shenanigans.
Yeah, I assume she moved within the space, so I
Sure.
can use a reaction, right?
Sure.
I wanna suction nab that shard.
Hand comes out tentacle.
Make a charisma. Make a spell attack roll, so charisma and your proficiency.
I think I will.
Okay.
Lemons.
Wait, what is it?
Hydrate check.
Oh, hydrate check. That means I'm just gonna pee.
Plus proficient 24.
Let me see. I'm fairly certain she doesn't even have remotely a high enough modifier to even contest that. Yeah, there's truly no way. She got a 10. So yeah, as Weston hands her the final spell shard, your tentacle, wraps around her wrist and cracks her hand up so it floats up into the air, and then your tentacle reaches up and suctions it, holds it in place. And you see Weston just looks at the tentacle, looks at you as the darkness begins to fade.
As it fades, it sees me just in a pose, just
Just
like
this
frozen.
painstaking silence falls over all the groups. Weston just kind of. Well, he fiddles, still pressed to the floor by this bear. Fiddles around, pulls out what seems like a metal end of like thread or wire or something, and says, "And that's the game!" And it echoes through the house.
I look at Bob and I go, "Is that a tentacle?"
I take out my reading glasses.
Revolver in holsters, giant
really
fucking revolver.
Wow,
You
that-
see,
that
you
does
see
appear
a
to be a
metal,
tentacle.
you see a metal rod just in the air, and on one end is just this tentacle protruding out of it.
Like a whip.
Well, howdy do. That's something you don't see every day.
Is that a sex toy?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to think about it.
I do a secret handshake with my tentacle.
So,
It is a sex toy.
Arguably worse.
Christ. As people start
I would
to
not rule it out.
relax and release whatever they have cast or used, you see the dwarven man, shaved head, curly goatee, looking on with a very severe, kind of grinds his bit, storms over to the front door and slams. As everyone else to reconvene. What?
Who is? So there are 2 teams that won now,
Yes, 3 of the
What-
4 teams have. Well,
and someone just left.
yes, the dwarven man stamped off, and you watch as the druid one, who stole the last spell shard from, releases her form. It looks at you, Roman. Says, "That is true." Fuck, we're doing.
What do you mean?
And she too leaves the. Eventually, their teams start to trickle out, and then you are left with Judith and their team, and Weston says, "Well, a little bit unexpected, but congratulations and very good job. You sort of had a interesting blitz tactic, one after the other coming in there. Good, lots of distractions. That mayonnaise was, it's brutal." And he prestidigitates the mayonnaise away. That was really unexpected.
You know, I've seen condiments used in a lot of weird and creative ways over the years, but this tops them all.
Thank you. It's my mother's recipe.
Oh.
I think the end.
Yeah, that's it. That's a wrap.
I gotta
there.
go.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
very close.
totally.
We're very close. And Weston says, and like I said in the beginning of the activity, the premise for your case, the client, and any of the necessary meetings are carried on those spell shards, and now it is up to you to go solve these cases. Currently, yes, you're an investigator employed by our agency. You have minor benefits. We take a portion to help fund for cases and fund hiring others. Additionally, insurance. It's not very good. But if you do get hurt, some of the local healing houses, House Durasco healing houses, we have a bit of a data line over there. Healing for a discount, which is but it is up to you now to solve. I will. Unless the case is behalf of a Sharn member, official, have no legal permits to collect evidence in, try to go into unlicensed places, things like that. So, again, you are resourceful as you so proved. So just be resourceful in case you need to go in places you're supposed to be or interact with people you interact with. And I think you kind of do. I'm hoping to get ourselves on the map and we can get proper licenses, but that requires a bit of money, protection, bureaucracy. So, any questions from you before you embark on your... Perfect. So, who of the two of you had the spell shard? Roman and Roman, if you will roll a d6 for me, and Julie.
1.
Awesome.
Wait, I also got one.
Re-roll yours then.
3.
3? Perfect. Okay. So, we will pursue your case. Session. You'll begin investigating. It's gonna be it for tonight. Fucking dead. I'm dead.
I love everyone's characters. Absolutely.
Me too.
Truly.
I
Oh
would
my
like if I could roll better and actually do the things that I built my character to do.
right? Hey, but that's part of the fun.
Chronergy wizards are so cool, Austin. I really want to play one.
And the thing is that we haven't even gotten into what, like, the way that I'm portraying the Chronergy stuff. It's I have a whole thing
Austin
about
explained it to me. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
I've explained it to Carson before, but, like, I'm very excited to talk about how I approached it more than
It was very fun, the dichotomy of Austin explaining his very cool, very crunchy character, and then me being like, what if I were a dad with a gun?
I kind of like it though. I wasn't sure if I was, to be honest. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be funny or if this is gonna get old. But I didn't think it got old. I thought it was funny.
Thank you.
This will be
just
very
like
fun to do for a few sessions. Like, we're gonna have a blast.
Logan says for a few
sessions. It would be fun long term, but I think, yeah, you probably get tired after a little while.
It's the age old Carson tactic of what if this but
What
this.
this?
What if
Yeah.
barbarian but fancy. What if
Yeah.
that but gun.
Yeah. What if? No, I added some complicating factors there. What if dad, butt gun, and small?
Ooh. Small.
I was gonna do city cleric, but then I was like, what if I did blood cleric and played up the fact that I'm deeply conflicted about what my powers do.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere and it was fucking wild. I loved
As
it.
soon as you were like, yeah, I'm in a blood puppet, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I used one ability this whole session.
Bro, I used.
I just
abilities
casted
and
a
stuff.
spell to make sure that guy didn't throw up and report us. That's the only spell I had to cast.
I thought we couldn't hurt him. I thought everyone else was like free game. I was just like, okay, cool.
I was wondering if you forgot or you were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill this dude.
No, I just thought that we just couldn't hurt him. I was like, cool, I can hurt anyone else that I want. Sweet.
Fuck the rules. This bitch gonna throw up.
Thank you, Andy. Bob for the win, indeed.
I think my favorite part is even though I used several like magical type abilities, I still haven't used any spell slots. So
Yeah.
I think that the fact that you get a bonus to your initiative is super cool. It's like your intelligence
Yeah.
modifier, right?
yeah,
Oh, that's tight.
Austin
And-
loves the things that gives him pluses to initiative.
Same.
I
Dude,
mean,
initiative's great.
I only have
love
like
going
2
first.
characters who allow me to do that. So
Are you gonna take alert?
No, absolutely not. That's not what this character's about. But no, like I literally only have 2 characters that give me bonuses to initiative that aren't Dex, and that's Alexander and Garrett. Rip.
I thought Yamamura did. Was that a different?
No, Yamamura. Well, Yamamura got alert for like the things that we did later. I think I gave him alert.
But
no.
we should wrap up. We can start after dark. Not at
Yeah,
1
I know,
a.m.
we actually got done at a decent
Wild,
time.
right?
Crazy.
Yes, I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Travis. This is all for you. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah. Next week, I'm probably going to, through our chat, send you guys what is worded in the spell shard, so you can kind of go ahead and have an idea of what you want to start next time. And of course, as with any Sharn, always more than meets. So you will
Like Transformers.
yes, robots in eyes. You will receive.
I would know if we ever completed one.
You've done like what 3?
I haven't been there for a climax of any case.
Oh. The press. What are you gonna do?
I was here for the next case.
That is true.
Oh,
What do
and
they
the
actually
very first
solve?
one we
You
did.
know?
Yeah, the one we did. Yeah. Okay.
So yes. So we'll figure out what we're doing. Very excited for it. Be delving into some new parts of Sharn and Eberron. Lots of fun. I think that's it. Playing character something. So lucky. So yeah. Any final?
Subscribe to Logan's Patreon. You can get all his content for as low as $4 a month. That's a Wendy's 4 for 4. Fuck Wendy's. D&D content.
And if you like what we're doing and like the way we play
Unless
D&D,
Wendy's want to sponsor us.
unless you, yeah.
Then I love you, Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's great. And if you like want to hear us talk about D&D and us playing D&D, we talk about that on the Patreon. It's After Dark. You can subscribe to my Patreon and get access to the videos. Lots of fun. This week, I think we decided to discuss how we get into character and what we do to our character. We already know Carson does vocal exercises off camera.
I am listening to a playlist entitled Dad Rock on Spotify right now.
What does that mean? I don't.
If you want to know what Carson's Dad Rock playlist has in it, subscribe to Logan's Patreon.
Do it! I'll do a behind the scenes interview of the Spotify playlist I found
That you didn't
5
make.
minutes before we started.
I'm imagining like a 60-minute style interview that's like really bleak and somber and like zooms in on your face and it's like, so Carson, what drew you to?
I'm just like, well, I think dads are funny. So, I think it would be funny if a man in a polo, khakis, and New Balance had a gun.
Had a gun. Amazing. So
My brain is broken.
on that note, I think that is it for us. Unless crazy circumstances happen, you will see us same time next week, playing the same characters and solving some new cases. Check out my Twitch panels for information, my website for information, my Patreon for information, Twitter for information, or anywhere. And on that note, Jacob, get ready, start warming up those pipes. You will see us again next week at the same Sharn time, same Sharn place. Jacob, hit it!
Okay, ready?
Shine, shine,
Shine,
shine,
shine, shine, shine, shine,
Dude, I did there.
It's all.
shine, shine.